My relationship with Sucker Punch Productions. Okay, so this is a three-way mega video. So this is involving Dashinya, aka Remy BM, Justin, and the Lily. What was supposed to be a separate video, but it's an all-in-one video. It's called Justin's Influence in Nas. So who remembers Justin? Justin Lily, the star of season 1, the one who defined season 1. Arturo was consistently funny, but Justin was mega funny, so you have to understand that. But what if I told you that there's been a government issue going on ever since I was younger with me and April, and Lily, that me and her were Lily secretly government agents in training in order to make people understand why anime is made, why anime was brought to US, and it was a really big continuation from Lily, screenwriting from Codename Kids Next Door, Billy and Mandy, all the way to the actual Sly Cooper game. Now, if you're wondering what all that has to do in common, if you don't know how Hollywood works, it works kind of like a university. And like really, all the actors know each other from being young, just like you in high school, because it's from the same trade. Because if there's only one acting school, everyone has to go to the same spot, right? So really, what has to happen is this. If somebody knows somebody else's traits, they're gonna be able to look out for them. Like the thing that's been happening for Sean and Chris recently is that, you know, the creator of Codename Kids Next Door was also a director. So what he did was really, by the time Chris got in the Funimation studio, what he did was he set up Chris to, in fact, like, I'm gonna show you this example, so that no matter like really how many years you spent fighting and stuff like that, I'm gonna show you what simplicity does. Because they come from the same, you know, studio, what the creator of Codename Kids Next Door did is he knew that I was going to try to make my own cartoon eventually, so he kept on making Easter eggs on top of Easter eggs on top of Easter eggs. So really, it came down to a point when I realized that I was supposed to make Nas the whole time, but what if I told you that there was a midway where I felt like all this shit was just crap and I was just watching while I was watching on TV? Well, all this shit is true, then why did they allow me to live a normal lifestyle? Hence where we have my relationship with Sucker Punch Productions. Now let me get into the Sly Cooper franchise just a little bit. I've played all 3 games. Sly Cooper, you know, Band of Thieves is my favorite, but I feel like Sly Cooper 3 has the best gameplay. So I ended up, you know, being with a young Latina chick back I got at anime convention. And what ended up happening is I got obsessed with this thing called lore. I had a rap battle with this Dominican guy online. He ended up showing me why he won the battle. What he did was he focused on the origin, while I focused on how like plays. And the origin, it can show you literally what went wrong here and there. But if you're nothing but pure quality, it can only outpoint, because literally, it's like Jordan going all out against LeBron. LeBron is fucking, you know, younger, fucking faster, more efficient, but Jordan's just non-stop experiences. We're freaking Lily, it's like Lily with Jordan's off guard and shit. Because what I did was I copied this shit I seen on TV and I tried rapping me for it. Like I listened to Eminem, The Real Slim Shady, and then I used it in the battle, and literally, so what I did was literally, I went all out, like I showed him what I fucking copied from the highlight play, but I watched the highlight plays over and over again. So what he fucking did was he's like, yo, there's a formula to it. And so literally, so let's backtrack a little bit. So what ended up happening is literally, ended up getting into, you know, how shit starts, how things work, because lore makes you understand how it's gonna turn out based off the origin. Like literally, it's kind of like a grown man's you, because you know the ins and outs of everything, but you're still a little kid. So that's what lore is for. Like literally, you know how a grown man literally has seen the same thing over and over again, so he can think what you're thinking, he can say the exact same thing you're thinking at will. And it's just kind of like that, but when it comes to like situation, that literally when somebody backs you in the corner, oh, I memorized this one fucking factor in anime, so I can bring this up. Oh, it's action function. Whew, we're fucking this and that. So what my boy did was really fucking, he would do shit like that, like he would get in Dragon Ball Z forms, like literally he would get corrected, like, whew, but hold up, like literally Dragon Ball was only like blowing up the moon and stuff like that, and that's why Naruto wasn't comparable at the time and stuff like that. Literally, Naruto may have this and this and that, but I seen that Goku has the upper hand in this area. Like he would slow down and use like literally freaking Nas techniques, literally change up his delivery, or to like literally not seem that he's nervous, and he knows that, and he knows that that gets a response. And literally, so what ended up happening is he kind of got like, you know, more solid concrete shit on paper at times where it came to like, you know, different sequences. Do you know why? Because he actually hit me with like, you know, concrete facts, and really I was suffering in battle rap, you know, being rapper in general for not having a proper mic. And then I ended up being the voice actor. So if you don't know who I'm voice acting in Nas, I'm going to be voice acting the voice of Gabaya and Zaf. So the whole origin of why I need to state this video is this guy came at me like I was gay, like I was illiterate, like I wasn't going all out in what I was trying to do. But what was even worse about it is he let me know that none of my shit was gonna actually hit unless I realized what is the origin, like literally, because I know it gets results, but what is the origin, like literally, what is gonna like literally get results on paper. Like I know how to get quick results, but I'm not sick in the fucking head. Like I'm not gonna be a cheap scammer, but I know how to be. Like I can. So what I had to do, I had to realize how he fucking is able to connect it and have an organic, result, instead of literally just having an idea in your head of like literally having nothing play out, but having the literally the whole mindset of it playing out, literally. Because what you do is like you apply it to something actually real, so you get a result. Like you think the way you do it, like you normally do with charisma, but you apply it to politics. So what you do is like you have soul, but you need to understand that you're talking to another person, so you have to put yourself in an area where you're gonna get a result. So what he did was he started playing games like Pokemon and rapping on the side to make sure like literally he has cake in A and 2 where it came to the community, but he suffered from that for having multiple options but still getting no coochie, you get what I'm saying? So it all came down to I started literally figuring out how things work. And so when I started writing manga, this girl became my baby mama, and she was freaking Latina, she was fine as shit, and literally, so people say that literally I'm gay, that literally I didn't really spend a lot of time with her, that I really shouldn't be showing her that much praise, but I'm like, you are fucking tripping, how fine she is in Euro, and the crazy thing is this, so this Latina chick cosplayed as Rary from Black Lagoon, and literally I didn't even watch the anime. I watched only one episode of the anime, and literally she still became a baby mama. This is how full of shit this world is. Literally I grabbed her fucking ass and shit like that. Literally she dude still literally fucked her and shit, and literally what ended up happening is I ended up piping her without even watching the anime she cosplayed as. It's really, really full of fucking shit, literally, once you really figure out how girls work entirely. So what ended up happening is I made one manga special earlier this year, and I was planning to make another manga special, and Steel's got started it. So originally for Rary from Black Lagoon. So how lore works is you have to understand the origin of really how it started, so you know where to play off of. So you have to understand where the seed needs to be planted instead of planting the seed in general. So what I did was I knew something was going to work, but I didn't put 100% in, but I knew it was going to work based off her ethnicity and based off really how badass Revy is and how badass Camarilla Fox is. So there's this thing in my manga where I kind of fused the characters together. So in the manga I fused, Revy from Black Lagoon with Camarilla Fox, hella fucking gangster. And you know what's crazy is Revy is known for using a gun in her show, and my baby mama is known for using a gun in real life. And she literally, so what, there's a running gag that she lives and breathes through the character of Revy from Black Lagoon. But there's also a little secret. There's this thing called the CERN machine. There's a trace of the reason why I can't, and that's a very gay principle. I knew something was gonna work. I didn't even watch literally one series, but I knew the other series fooling out too. I knew it was gonna work exponentially. So what I did was I made sure I had a pure seed before I went in, but I made sure I got my result. I made sure I put myself in the right position and then used the soul, but made sure literally I had discipline in order to get an end result. Because the one thing he had, he's like, don't do what you want to do reverse psychology, put your foot in the door, then do what you want to do. But then you realize once you do that, you have to constantly use reverse psychology on your friends. What I do is I realize I can't literally, be straightforward all the time, so I have to think about a different approach. So literally sometimes you have to break pieces of you with a character, and I broke pieces of me to become that badass person. I used to be known as fucking Sugar Bar in the fucking streets and shit. Now look at me fucking making fuses with fucking Latinas and Camarilla Fox. I'm trying to let you know on some Jennifer Lopez shit. This shit is fucking crazy. There's also a legitimate reason why you can't call me gay for not watching Black Lagoon episode 2, because there's this thing called a CERN machine where you can literally create Mandela effects and shit, where you can really iterate somebody's mind and shit. And there's also this thing called pendulum, even without the CERN machine, literally that controls gravity. So if things change over time, literally things that were made back in the day won't be changed entirely, but they will be changed slightly. Like somebody will be able to change a cartoon's pitch when he talks in the show because of literally how much negativity there is in the air. Because you know why? Because fucking it's all about literally, if you look at what pendulum is go look at what pendulum is. It has something to do with gravity and people and how much energy. It's really, really dope. It's the laws of the universe. If you actually read the Bible is actually somebody said that there's a scam, but it's also ripping off how stars work. And you know how you're constantly made out of a star and all stars align. If you do everything right, your stars are aligned, and that's how you make the perfect light. So the Bible is kind of lightweight bullshit, but it's not, because really I've lived through the philosophy. It's pretty cool. You can't literally call me gay when I put that box into play, but that's why I love Sly Cooper. I was a heavy Sly Cooper fan ever since I was younger, but I was a very avid Sly Cooper fan when I was older. I couldn't, play Sly 4 because I was depressed. It was another time when I was out of high school when I wasn't getting laid. Very, very, very depressed. Even my older brother was playing Sly 4 and shit. Literally, it was fucking, I had the devil in my head and shit. So you used to love Sly Cooper when you were younger. I went through a whole bunch of shit. That was before I met this Latina chick. That was really back when I was a fucking loser that sitting back fucking watching shit like Fooly Cooly all day. So literally, I love like the first Sly Cooper. I remember Mugshot was one of my favorite fucking villains, and literally, I think I might be able to make a character named Mugshot in my manga. Also really big on nightclubs, so I really like Dimitri from Sly Cooper 2. Literally, I'm really trying to like really make him in my anime too. I feel like he's gonna be really clean. I feel like he's gonna own a nightclub. And literally within that episode, you know that one episode of Samurai Jack where he has to fight that crazy ass DJ? So there's this thing where I fuse not only characters but themes like in my manga. So what I do is like really I'll take a whole setting from an anime, like I'll take an entire storyline, and what I'll do is I'll make the same flow happen, like I'll make the same events happen, but what I'll do is literally I'll change like the inner content. So literally what I'll do is literally, you know how the Samurai Jack every episode has a DJ? Literally what's gonna happen is imagine Dimitri, the nightclub guy from Sly Cooper, literally trying to instigate shit in the same episode of Samurai Jack where he fought the guy in the nightclub. Because they both have to do with a nightclub, but they both have excessive style is the reason why literally I have ideas like that and I put them together, and that's definitely gonna be an arc in Nas. That's definitely gonna be referenced in a lot of Nas movies. So there was this guy in junior high named Justin who was super funny. Go really check out Justin the Fallen. I'm gonna leave just Justin the Fallen, but he has his own playlist on my channel. Please watch Justin the Fallen. This is a guy who really had all jokes and no fight in junior high. Somebody had beaten the arm wrestle in 2nd grade who automatically started talking shit when I was junior high. And I'm like, how'd you get funny all of a sudden? He blamed me watching, shit like Billy and Mandy all day, fucking Lily. How the fuck did you Lily fucking get this funny? I thought we just grew up fucking watching TV together. Like, you should not be this funny. Lily, just like that. And then I realized that he was literally learning all that shit from a gang member, and that Lily, he was really trying to cock block me from girls in school and shit. It was crazy as fuck. So what ended up happening is I ended up, pulling this girl named Allie's number, and Allie was the hottest girl in junior high who everybody's staring her ass. And so Lily, I went through some, a power struggle, Lily. I started comparing myself to Lily, fucking like Lily. Eris, she's like, Eris, you're not growing out with no one. I'm like, I was in junior high, I was in 8th grade. I'm like, think, Eris, think. I'm like, oh yeah? Well, yeah, I'm going out with this one 6th grade. I go, I swear, but literally but then I got her number later on in the year because he put me through a whole bunch of shit, and they did something crazy shit. I beat the most popular guy in school in the dance girl, but they blamed my autism at the time, because kids will be fucking kids. Kids will never fucking grow up as long as they have a soda to drink and a fucking girl to look after, always be content. They don't actually like real shit, so you have to understand. So what Justin did after he heard I got Allie's number, not only did I get Allie's number, I was the most popular guy in summer school, and that's definitely gonna be a good season 3 video. Me in summer school after 8th grade, oh my god. So because what ended up happening is that's when I first met Kevin Tran, and that's gonna be a really good video. If you don't know who Kevin Tran is, go back to his season 1 playlists are essential for my channel, and you have to watch playlists in order to understand videos, like if you're new to watch it. If not, when you come to my channel, it's miscellaneous. Like you can watch it at any time and really get contemplated or more you watch videos. What ended up happening is he had to think of a way to fucking make me jealous. After I already proven that I can fight, after I already proven that I could be popular, but you were using the power of being gang and being biased. So what ended up happening is he forgot about the whole gang persona. He started to go all out and being a white boy and making me jealous. And this is everything right about being fucking white. Then he started saying stupid shit like Lily, like Earth, you need to stop acting gay like Lily. Trust me, your mom doesn't make better Kool-Aid than mine. They would literally play shit like Skate 2 and literally fucking, play online games, and it was really out there. Justin had a really fun way of talking, literally, but he would have a really reverse psychology. He had Catch-22 reverse psychology attitude. It was really infuriating because this was one time where literally I tried making a normal conversation because he kept on showing cool shit down my throat. He's like, you're drinking enough Monster Airs, literally drinking Monster Energy drinks, playing Skate 2, literally trying to make me jealous, playing this band called Hollywood Undead that he made through the fucking server machine. If that he made through a server machine, he probably even heard through a grapevine. The grapevine's even fucking worse. The grapevine is when you're popular and you say, Lily, I'll fuck a girl in the instant, and Lily, because you're fucking famous, a girl's gonna pop out of nowhere. No matter what that fisty, and it's probably gonna be an Asian girl with fucking blonde hair and shit. either or, like literally what it is literally it's a mask. And the great thing about Hollywood Undead is literally Justin had a big influence on my manga after that. Not him, but what he did for me. So what he did was he would play this band called Hollywood Undead where they would rap literally, but they were talking about white boy shit. Like literally, she got me to sign her titties. Like literally, they would rap like that. They're really great. They really have outstanding vocals. Are really good. They kind of like literally sound like, you know, like a really like ambient, you know, fucking Linkin Park, Trailer Park, like kind of like a Trailer Park version of Linkin Park, and they're really dope. Like Hollywood Undead is really good. It's one of my favorite bands, but I listen to every single one of their songs, and he felt like because he introduced me to the band that he gets drawn for me. I'm like, dude, I know how to make A and B's. Like literally, you're not gonna do shit with me. Like literally, you're not gonna literally influence me to do shit. So literally, I downloaded that one song. Like literally, he had to make me jealous. So go back to my cons and conventions playlist, and literally, you gotta see our song I used from Justin. The song I liked from Justin that he showed me was "Bitches Hollywood Undead," and so I ended up like literally fucking listening to more songs from Hollywood Undead, like number 5. So go look up the song, you know, number 5. It's NO, you know, .5, like no 5 I just made earlier. The magician is Hollywood Undead. Like Undead, that's how you spell it. UNDEAD. Hollywood Undead. Hollywood Undead is literally his, you know, his band that put me on. But he started flacking because he would play white boy shit. He would support his statement, but then he would listen to screamo music like Daryl was stronger, and that's where I caught him. First he would listen to rap rock, and then he would listen to metal because he couldn't keep up with everything on my iPod. And so I ended up being jealous of him. Literally, he's downloading Hollywood Undead, so I ended up buying music on iTunes, literally trying to compete with him. And then I came across Nordcore, trying to compete with what he already showed me, Rapcore. It was like me being in denial. So go look up the song MC Chris, Nerd Girl. Like literally, I actually have it on my channel. Like literally, go look up Nerd Girl by MC Chris. Like literally freaking, I'm putting it, I'll start to drop the video if I have to. And so literally, so I ended up surpassing him finally by fucking being in the now, downloading hella fucking music on iTunes, previewing every fucking song, so I know it's good before I fucking download it. I was such a fucking in the now, but guess what? That was after I did all that other shit. And before then, I had a time skip where I started listening to like, you know, like nerd, you know, rap, like literally Mr. Fab, like literally with people literally wearing glasses, like literally freaking act like, you know, the old days when Bell Biv DeVoe, you know, back when literally they used to take the lenses out of the glasses. I started listening to rap like that, literally like Cool in the Game, like fucking I started listening to rap like that, like old school R&B, used a whole bunch of reverse psychology, listen to old school R&B remixes of rap songs and punk rock music, like literally where everything I feel like listening to, and he had to compete with that somehow. So what he did was he did it in a way that would support him in society, and he ended up falling because he was being a little brat. So they ended up skateboarding, doing all these crazy tricks and shit. So Justin's influence on Nas is partially some of his tricks that I've learned from Justin. Literally, I've seen Justin do tricks like the manual trick that he did literally in front of me back when he was trying to shove marshals in my face. Literally didn't mean shit, but at the same time I'm like, literally, I thought better before I met Justin, but I didn't know how to make him fight properly. Better's board was more of a shield than an actual, you know, literally thing that you can use to fight. Because Justin was actually doing skateboard tricks on paper, and that manual trick is something I learned from Justin Lilly. I saw Justin doing manual, so I made Lilly and I called it the manual. So Ben's moves are based off actual skateboard moves in real life. So let's go even further to Justin's influence on Nas. Now I was actually about to make a side, you know, manga, Lily, or recreate the whole manga as a whole if Nas wasn't gonna work out because of Lily of Hollywood Undead's influence. So this band made me literally want to make a spy anime. Just like what I was gonna do is I was gonna make a manga based off Sly Cooper and Hollywood Undead. Lily, that was based off the Nas. Lily, so what would happen is like Lily, there's a song called No 5 from Hollywood Undead. No 5 would be the opening, and all the members of Nas would be wearing masks, riding motorcycles and shit. And Moni Hero is a smart one based off Bentley and how he's literally the intelligent guy in Sly Cooper. Literally, what ended up happening is this. And Moni Hero will be the one to make the plan. He's like, we have to crack into the secret safe. Like, literally, so Moni Hero and they were out wearing masks. It was a side anime, literally, I was working on, literally. And then, literally, and then Tito would be fucking doing breakdance moves in the No 5 opening, literally. So Justin really helped a lot when it came to the influence on Nas. So literally, he really made me think of that in and out, literally. And I was really about to roll for like, the I was gonna ride a motorcycle and shit. It was about to be crazy. And then later on, after I got out of junior high, they're wondering, where is this guy who literally, this black guy who keeps on watching Dragon Ball Z and stays dedicated like to a Western, you know, fan base for everybody else to join the gang? Literally, who is this guy? And then they made the gang after Sly Cooper Productions. Is he famous or not? And that's when they made Infamous. Based off my cream soda obsession. Please don't ask.